real quick, Dr. Mike, he's a YouTuber. Um, he is, I believe he's an emergent, I believe he's an ER doc, if I'm not mistaken. But he does YouTube videos, involving, a lot of times he'll talk about like medical memes or how medical stuff in shows, whether or not it's accurate or inaccurate and why. Um, and he's doing medical memes on this one. So he's basically gonna be looking at medical memes and basically saying how valid they are, how invalid they are, and why. So he is an actual doc, and as I said, I think he's an emergency room doctor, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a lot of fun. He's very upbeat. He's very fun. And is he a doctor of osteopathy? Okay. She has gore, and the only reason why I'm not watching those is because I've already watched him do house reviews. So that's why I have not brought up him doing house, because I've seen them that he's done. And yes, I do, Professor Orange, I do believe he is Russian American. I believe. I think you are correct about that. And thank you for the follow, by the way. All right, so let us check out some medical memes.
I'm breaking all the rules. I'm prescribing laughter all across the board, something I thought I'd never do on this channel, but prescriptions for all of you. Huge thanks to Odoo for sponsoring this video. Let's get to some memes. Woo! This is just ridiculous. Makes me so no way. You know what's sick? This is so obviously
What? Hang on. Baby's first shape. Oh my fucking god! And if he keeps putting the memes over here, I will move over. Oh my god! Refill sold separately. It's it's a meme. Like, no, this is not real. It is literally a meme. He's doing memes here. This is just fucking funny.
Joke, but the timeline in which we exist, it's not unreasonable for some sicko company to have created this. Because right now, if you look at what's sold in bodegas,
I don't know
it's
about
like
that.
cotton candy, bubblegum, vape. And then when the FDA went and said, we got to ban all these things because like kids are getting involved in them, the vape companies were really like, no, adults need these flavors in order to stop smoking.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Not at all. Adults need one of two quote-unquote flavors. They need tobacco flavor, and they need menthol flavor. That's it. That's all we need. I have never smoked a quote-unquote flavored vape in all the years that I've been vaping. Yeah, they are. They very much so. Like, my vape is okay. Sketty, they're unnecessary, and I think was it the FDA was at least in states wanted to ban flavored vapes because kids were getting into them because they've got like raspberry, blueberry, lemonade, bubble gum, all kinds of flavors of vapes. And, the vape companies were arguing, oh, the adults need all these flavors to quit smoking. And I'm saying bullshit on that. They need tobacco flavor and they need mentholated flavor. And that's it. Those are the only two quote unquote flavors they need. And it is cheaper. Vaping is cheaper. For the vape that I use, can last me, what? 4 days, maybe 5 days if I were to stretch it. And for comparison, a pack, now granted, I have not bought cigarettes in quite some time, but last I looked, cigarettes were around 12 to 15 bucks a pack. The last time I checked. So my singular vape is equal to like 4 to 5 packs of cigarettes. And the cost is about 1.5 packs of cigarettes. So I get about 4 to 5 packs of cigarettes worth of puffing in for the cost of 1.5 packs. So, what? Yeah, the dog, of course, I'm referring to in Canada. They are more expensive in Canada. So yeah, they definitely are cheaper.
I've yet to meet a patient that said that they're unable to stop smoking unless they have cotton candy flavored vape. No one's saying don't make them in a better flavor than non-flavor, but don't make them child accessible, child graphic luring images. For God's sake, I don't think you realize how close we came to.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to clearly I'm gonna have to move because I'm gonna be blocking the memes. So Dr. Mike, I'm sorry. I will have to obstruct you during the meme review, but it is for the greater good.
Graphic luring images. For God's sake, I don't think you realize how close we came to a world-ending event. For those who don't know, those inside Coca-Cola creates explosions. Like if you've seen a nuclear weapon go.
Okay, he's gonna get crazy with this. This is funny because he's not actually going into medical. He's just going to flat out science. You want the actual science? Who remembers there a while back, Carrie Byron of Mythbusters actually did a spread for Maxim magazine where she was in a fiery red bikini, high heels, and a lab coat, and standing at a table where it was a bottle of Coke that they had dropped Mentos in, and the Mentos reacted with the Coke, and the Coke shedded out of the mouth of the bottle, and Carrie was standing like behind it, smiling. That's a better representation.
Like if you've seen a nuclear weapon go off on historical footage, that's what happens, but inside of a Coke bottle when Mentos are dropped in. Can I tell you the chemical formula by which it happens? No, but can I tell you it's awesome to watch? Yes.
Yeah, you would need to talk to the Mythbusters talk about. I forget what it is. It's something. I'm trying to remember what it is. It was something in the methylatum formula of the Mentos that reacted with the carbonization, because carbonization is air. So it super reacted. It caused a hyperreaction of the carbonation, which resulted in the Coke rapidly expanding, basically carbonizing, and just jettisoning out of the Coke bottle. Not the process of nucleation. I was talking about like the specific chemicals contained within the Mentos that cause the reaction of the carbonation in pop to go kaboom. Is it the pores in the candy coating? Okay, if that's what it was.
Women are really strong. Men will never understand the pain we go through every day. Yes? And you know what this can do? This could lead to Haglund's deformity. I bet you want to Google that. But you don't have to because you're on a medical YouTube channel. Here's a definition, also known as the pump bump. High school chemistry.
See, chat? Do you see what I go through for you every single day? Do you see the pain that I endure for you every day by wearing these gorgeous stiletto heels? Just for you, chat. Just for you. I wear these stilettos with pleasure. They are not flats. They are not flats, Gore. They are stiletto heels. Thank you very much. Nickname, shut up. Shut up.
YouTube channel, here's a definition, also known as the pump bump. High school chemistry class be like, okay class, today we're gonna boil water. Yeah, but you have to learn to put on the suit. If you don't learn to put on the suit, when the real chemicals come out, you're not gonna know how to behave. Always know where the eye wash station is. That's all I'll say. And don't play with the bugs.
Very important.
I don't know why I'm throwing out random things as if they're like important. I just feel like that's what stuck with me from high school chemistry. Men 50 and older, doctors, years. We're actually doing that less and less because we found the utility to it not so great. We used to do that on every single physical. And then like we started phasing it out and realizing there's situations where you might do it, but it's not a great test. And people don't like having a finger up their bum from a stranger. Viewers.
I mean, in the right context, could be fun. Could be fun, you know?
Great test. And people don't like having a finger up their bum from a stranger. Viewers, Mike trying to understand a joke, Sam. Wait, are they dying laughing or yawning? I think everyone's just teasing me. It's Brit, bitch. Oh, Brittany, bitch!
It's Brittany, bitch.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Britney Spears, that's my era of music. I had her CDs. I danced along to Toxic in my bedroom on my little sound system. And I was like,
we are getting some Dr. Mike lore here today. Dr. Mike was dancing to Toxic? Really? And Zed, I've said it before, with the right person, if you get me all warmed up, maybe.
like, yeah, I did it again. Oops. Oops.
Put me in a
That's, Dr. Mike, that's not toxic. That's literally, oops, I did it again. Dr. Mike, you're getting your music wrong. Ah!
ring with you, boxing gloves. I swear to God.
Get in, losers. We're getting polio. We're getting polio, MMR, and for those of you who don't know, that's measles, mumps, and rubella. And you know what's not funny about this? Is that he constantly makes little digs at vaccines to try and chip away at consumer confidence. The other day, I had to appear on...
Oh, is that RFK? Is that who that is? I didn't recognize who the hell that was. Okay. Granted, I have not been keeping up on this shit, so... Okay, so he's making a dig at vaccines, because of course he is.
To try and chip away at consumer confidence. The other day, I had to appear on TMZ to put out an accurate statement that there is no fetal tissue debris inside the MMR vaccine, which is some nonsense that he's spreading. Okay, I'm getting stressed.
Is that really a thing people are saying, that there's fetal tissue in MMR vaccines? Fucking really? God damn it, that's right up there with the insane bullshit about vaccines causing fucking autism. God fucking... Why do people believe this stupid... Okay, I don't know. I actually shouldn't ask why people don't believe this stupid shit. Okay, Raya, thank you. It's people... Basically, Dark Wolf, it's the tissue of presumably deceased fetuses. Presumably that's what it is. And and I was gonna say, like, how can people believe this? And I realized it's because they basically push these conspiracy theories against the lower class, lower intellect of the population, of which there are many. You can question vaccines if they're legitimate questions. Okay? If you're going to try and push a complete batshit crazy conspiracy theory narrative that has been disproven by the entirety of the scientific community, that's not questioning a vaccination. That is trying to fuck with people's heads who are not educated enough to know the difference. There's a huge fucking difference between those two. Yeah. If the entirety of the scientific community has said, no, this conspiracy theory is bullshit, we have tested this extensively, then no. If it's something that's brand new and you want to see peer-reviewed studies that can substantiate the claims that are made about it, I'm all for that. Absolutely, I'm all for that.
out during a meme review, need to chill. Musa, Musa. Bro, do you even
Thank you, Sketty.
lift others up, use empathy, actively listen, and show kindness? Yeah, instead of constantly every day just Googling on how to grow the fibers and hypertrophy everything, hypertrophy your empathy for a change.
Dr. Mike, your be empathetic kind of loses it when you're suddenly like roid raging and showing off your muscles. It's yeah.
What my back needs. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Z-Dog? I'm not going to get into huge space at this, but one thing I will say is that has been perpetuated. That has been perpetuated incorrectly. Everything I ever heard regarding the vaccine for COVID was not to prevent you from getting COVID. Everything I ever heard about the vaccine was to significantly mitigate its effects and also to help prevent the spread of it. It was not a cure. It was never classified as a cure. It was a significant mitigation and spread prevention. The people that tried to say that the scientific community was claiming that it was a cure were deliberately trying to sow seeds of doubt. Yeah, you could still get it if you got the vaccine, but the symptoms you would experience would be significantly mitigated, and in some people where the symptoms or the effects could be significant, that mitigation could save their lives, and it could also help, severely tamp down on the spread of it. It was never marketed as any level of a cure, ever. It was conspiracy theorists that for whatever reason they came up with this theory that tried to say they're claiming it's a cure and it's bullshit and blah blah blah. So like some people try to say it was a cure when the scientific authorities on the matter never once said it was a cure, ever.
Atrophy your empathy for a change. What my back needs. Oh my God. Yes. Massage chairs are still weak. When are they gonna get better? It should have a microphone that based on my moaning, it knows when to go harder or weaker and potentially let off. Like if I say, ouch, less, it should know. Look inside Elmo.
Wait.
Hold
up.
Like if I say, ouch.
Hold up. Mike using massage chairs. Harder. Not using massage chairs. Oh, harder, Daddy. Did I say that?
Ouch, less, it should know. Look inside Elmo. Ooh, a little dark, but could be educational. And what is that? Intestine? I'm gonna pronounce intestine from now on. See if people think I'm smarter. Guys that bench more than they squat. That's me. That's because I have a bad.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I am a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed by this meme. You guys probably already know what I'm thinking of that would have made this a top tier meme right now. I guarantee you guys know exactly what I'm thinking of that would make this top tier. Chat, what am I thinking of? Come on. Yes. Yes, Revan. The Deadpool baby legs. The Deadpool 2 scene on the couch where it's him with the little baby legs. Yes, that would have been the picture to use for this meme. Dude.
That's me. That's because I have a bad back and weak knees. I could squat more, but every time I start squatting, my legs
that was
get huge.
that was
They
the
don't fit
first
into
movie, Leo.
jeans.
Yeah, the one baby hat.
Personal problems. Back to the memes in just a second, but first I want to tell you about Odoo, a business management
time.
software with a full suite of integrated apps. It allows you to bring every element of managing your business into a single platform. They've got apps like human resources, sales, inventory, and integrated CRM.
Ooh,
you
that
name
sucks
it.
for
Maybe you have
God.
a company that sells products like I do with my merch. Odoo has apps for scheduling and production planning. It's so helpful having access to every tool you need in one place. Their interface is super user-friendly and it makes it so easy to move around between different apps, improving efficiency no matter what kind of business you're in. And get this, your first app is free for life. From there, you can pick and choose which apps you actually need. It's so nice not having to pay for
Silver,
a bunch
it
of
was
products
just
you'll never
fine.
use.
Thank
Click the link in
you.
the description to get started with a free 14-day trial of Odoo and level up your business. All right, let's get back to those memes. Pope Francis
Meme
has
time again.
announced that communion wafers will now contain 19 grams of protein. Like everything else in the world, we're adding protein. There's this notion that more
I thought that the priests were already taking care of adding protein at confession. Oh, poor Thomas. I can do some kind of dark jokes now and then.
more protein's always better. But for those who have certain medical conditions or who are elderly or who have chronic kidney disease, that could be problematic. Viagra, Miracle Grow. Why is he wearing a Marvel shirt?
Yes.
Groot.
It's Groot.
Did he seriously just ask why is he wearing a Marvel shirt? Then how did he get the joke in the first place? Seriously, if he didn't know this was Groot, how did he even get the joke? Come on!
Why is he wearing a Marvel shirt?
It's Groot.
It's Groot. What does that mean?
I am Groot.
Who's Groot?
I am Groot. Are you saying words?
I am Groot.
Now, repeat back what I just said. Uh-huh.
He should have glyphosate in his fingers or branches.
Yeah.
He should make like a Groot. And
What? No! Do not inject pesticide into Groot! Leave Groot alone, Dr. Mike! Groot is perfect the way he is!
leaf. Monster Energy Ultra 9-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash, soap, lotion, pre-workout, protein, creatine, and testosterone with 0 sugar. If this is AI, this is really funny AI. Okay, there's too many ingredients in
This is not, this is not AI, this is just Photoshop. The scary part is, I could kind of see Monster making a body wash, shampoo, conditioner, what have you. I could actually kind of see Monster making some kind of product like this. Obviously, not with the pre-workout protein, creatine, and testosterone, but I mean, I could see it.
in here to be chemically possible. This is chemical dishonesty. That's a good name for a band. You play music? Yeah, with chemical dishonesty. Beauty.
My guess, actually, to your point, Alistair, I'm wondering if this is like an Axe bottle that somebody created this label and slapped it on. Because it looks like this is a real bottle and somebody just created a label for it. Like maybe just like did up a label in a printer, printed it out, they slapped it on here and then drew in the lines on the label so it looked like it was real. That would be my guess.
Is here. The eye of the beekeeper. The eye and the bee handler. The eye and the bee holder. Beholder. Holder.
I have the beholder. Oh my
I admit
God,
I got
beauty's in the eye
distracted
of the
by the
beholder.
beard. The combination of white down the center with the beautiful, symmetrical, dark beard on the sides. Honestly, this is how I'd like to
Okay.
age. But it should be in the B handle. I like mine better.
Thank you, but I prefer it my way.
Gonorrhea would
Oh,
have
Lord of War
been
reference.
a great name for diarrhea medicine. Gonorrhea. Used for diarrhea.
Oh no! Oh God, please tell me he did not just do that. Oh God, please tell me he did not just do that. For fuck's sake. Chat, for those of you who don't know, generally speaking, people of Latino ethnicity fucking hate being referred to as Latinx. They fucking hate it. This is the bullshit that the fucking woke crowd came up with for insane quote-unquote inclusionary reasons. Yeah, it's like, this is like, oh, why did you put this in here? Fuck. Yeah, never call someone who is of a Latino ethnicity Latinx. They consider it an insult. It's like it's not as bad. It's not as bad as the N-word, but it's fucking close. Oh, I can't believe he put this in here. Dr. Mike, why? Fucking why would you do that?
You know what? We don't have enough jingles. If your loved one needs a lesson, make sure that if their heart stops, you give them chest compression. What was yours?
Oh, Zempic!
For fuck's sake.
If you write a very good jingle and it gets 100,000 upvotes, I will make a community post singing it. But it has to be factually accurate. Stein is pronounced stain here in South Africa. Dr. P. Stain. Oh, and he's a urologist? What are the chances? No,
God.
it's gotta be fake. That's like having an OBGYN called Dr. Womb. A physical therapist named Stretch Armstrong. Sounds cool though. What you see through the microscope. What the bacteria see. I just gave a speech at the annual Texas Medical Association. And one of the doctors brought a child. He came up to me, asked me a question, we took a selfie, and then he said, "Doc, do you mind if we do a 0.5? And I didn't want to seem like I wasn't with it. So I'm like, oh, 0.5? Of course. And I thought he wanted to do like a fisheye selfie or something. No, he came up, smacked me in the face with a phone, and took this photo. So Caleb, here's your image getting popularity. Leaked a pic of Mike in his backyard. Oh my God.
Okay. At least they used the 1947 image. Okay? Credit, they went with the 1947 instead of the 2025. I am okay with this.
I don't know why I'm wearing the Snow White dress, but I will say there are this many animals in my yard. Here's a video of bear fighting a groundhog. Look at his little angry teeth. I don't know if it's the turkey vultures or hawks or whatever.
Peacock?
They've laid eggs everywhere. There are birds chirping at all hours of the day and night. Complex patient with a rare disease. Me armed with the knowledge from one lecture I watched at 1.x speed 3 years ago. You need to have good recall in healthcare. But I will say that is changing in our education space. Those who are the brainiacs who had the most amazing memories to put together these tiny details are probably gonna have their skill set replaced by AI. But those who are great communicators who can make another human feel seen, appreciated, explain topics to them, those people will be at the top of the class in the near.
Wrong. I'm sorry, I wholly disagree with that. I 100% disagree with that sentiment. That people that are good communicators can make other people feel good being at the top of the class. No. No, that is not the kind of people that we need. We need people that are smart and can be well educated in matters of science, in matters of technology, in matters of medicine, in matters of engineering. We need the skilled people, not the communicators. They are not the most important part. Because he's saying like, well, because AI can replace the people that pick out those fine details. No, it can't. AI cannot replace that. AI will never be 100% replacement for the human brain. Because AI can fail. As with any fucking programming, AI can and does fail. We see evidence of it on literally a daily fucking basis. And the problem is, because we do not have humans as backup to the AI that has been shoved into everything, the general public has no means of communication and is at the mercy of the AI fucking up over and over and over again. You need to have these humans to know how this shit works, so when it goes sideways, they can either override or repair it. And that's not going to get done by a human that has good communication skills. It's not. You need actual skilled fucking workers that should be at the top of the fucking class. If you are prioritizing communicators over actual skilled individuals in the areas of science, technology, medicine, engineering, and so on, you're prioritizing the wrong fucking people. And that is going to be the downfall of society. Because while someone's sitting there very cleverly singing Kumbaya and the world is falling down all around them, singing Kumbaya is not going to fix a goddamn fucking thing. It's the people with the actual skills in these areas, not communication, that will fix the fucking problem. So, Dr. Mike, I vehemently disagree with that statement.
Future. McBurney's point. That is McBurney's point. It's where we palpate to feel for the appendix to rule out an appendicitis. I just don't get why Bernie Sanders is there.
Oh, it would be Mick Bernie's point.
Child. Anyway, so.
You know, this isn't the
God.
only sign that we use for checking to see if a child has appendicitis. We also can have them do the hop test. We could check the other side for pain. And there's also movement of the leg that we can do that will also signify
Interesting.
and point to a potential appendicitis, which could be a surgical emergency. If you're 30 and always have back pain, that's not normal. Please go to the doctor so they can tell you bodies sometimes do that and then give you a prescription for regular strength Tylenol and then charge you $120. That's not true.
Not wrong.
It can happen that way. But what if you have
It can happen that way. No, Dr. Mike, it usually happens that way. I realize Dr. Mike is something of an ideologist. He likes to try and look at the good and stuff. The fact is, in major cities, if you go to the hospital with a complaint, the doctor is basically going to do like the military and say, drink water, take ibuprofen, change your socks, and make sure you wear your PT belt. Now give me $1,000 and get the fuck out. You know, hospitals have become assembly lines now, which unfortunately is because there are more patients than doctors. And, you know, but this is a saying for a reason. This is a meme for a reason. Memes aren't there just like, I'm deliberately doing this to be funny. Memes are present because this shit actually happens. And it's so pathetic you have to make a meme and laugh about it or you will rip your hair out.
Aquinas syndrome. That is an emergency that you need to act upon. When you go get a car inspection, what does it say in big letters? They can only make money if they pass you. Otherwise, it becomes unethical. Same thing for a doctor. $120, Aquinas, or Tylenol. That's my new sign in my office. A lot of people are going to be very confused by that sign, especially because we're in a community health center and a lot of people are getting care for free, but still a cool sign. Lipo is the laziest thing I've personally ever done. That was my way of saying I would rather have major surgery than be a little hungry once. Funny, but it's not once. And it could also be for cosmetic purposes, meaning that it's not just about weight loss. Type of headache, migraine, hypertension. There's no such thing really. Like, yes, you could have a headache related to hypertension, but most non-urgent hypertension, like non-hypertensive
Most people don't, gray matter.
is
You're in
silent.
good
That's why
company.
we call it the silent killer. A lot of my patients like, my blood pressure must be fine because I have no headache. That's not how it works. Some people also try and take their blood pressure medication like only when they have a headache because they think that's why they have a headache, and that's not what we do. I put my patients on a blood
I would actually argue that most people only take their hypertension medication when they have a headache because the medication is so fucking expensive, they have to pick and choose when they actually take it. That is far more likely of a reason why people only take hypertension medication when they experience that headache to indicate hypertension, because they can't afford the refills and they have to try and ration their pills.
pressure medication. It's to control their resting blood pressure every single day. Stress, okay, fine. Not having a Ferrari, yeah, that's painful. In fact, I know how valuable it is for the human body and head and health to have a Ferrari that I actually surprised my dad with one. Click here to check it out. As always, stay happy and healthy.
Bought his dad a fucking Ferrari? Okay, I'm sorry, but
I know how
hold
valuable.
up. Please tell me these do not all belong to him. Please tell me these do not all belong to him. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm going to go on a limb that basically the dealership brought these five out for his dad to pick out one, and then the rest went back to the dealership.
It is for the human body and head and health to have a Ferrari that I actually surprised my.
Yeah, I mean, look at this fucking house of his. Look at this house. Yeah, oh yeah, he definitely comes from a pretty wealthy family. Like they are definitely not hurting for money by any stretch.
I actually surprised my dad with one. Click here to check it out. As always, stay happy and healthy.
Yeah, he's definitely. Now, of course, I don't know if that house was his or his dad's. If it was his dad, well, his dad's very well off. Very well off. But it's a couple interesting things there, but I did disagree with him on more than a few things on that one. There were clearly I had some issues with some of the things they were saying. Not in regards to the medicine. Obviously he is a doctor, so I'm not going to try and act like I know a hell of a lot more about him than medicine.